I've heard it's
Green.
grayish.
Oh,
Grayish
full mold.
green.
Okay.
I mean, yes.
Blue cheese. Got it.
Mm-hmm. And Amanda has had me smell sponges before, so I don't even want to know what the moldy cheese sponge would smell like.
I think the trouble with that color in this background, it would blend in perfectly into the substrate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It would definitely be a challenge to find. Another one is so that Ferrea sponge that we saw earlier, that frilly, as I think Jan called it, frilly. There's a version of that that's on stalks, and we're looking for that. And then there's one that's also on a stalk that almost looks like an umbrella, but, well, or a tulip maybe on top of a stalk, a flat one, flattish tulip. And yeah, those are both more of the light kind of whitish yellow color. And we also talked about that carnivorous sponge, but that is more like a palm frond shape than the ones we saw earlier. It was branching, but three-dimensional branches.
Yeah, that one was not the one that Amanda was looking at last year as a new species. Or maybe even a new genus.
It's like we have a ledge or something coming up on the right.
I'll switch.
Want to zoom in on that, Al? All right, zoom out. Sponge over here. Zoom in on that.
Another pyrosome from the surface.
Okay, zoom out.
Amanda exclaimed about the sweeper tentacles on that Isidella. So Jan, how did you guys decide on this particular location earlier today when you huddled up to figure out where we should go next?
Well, we knew how much time we had, and the entire route was calculated based on 20 minutes per sample and maybe 15 samples, and going at a very, very slow pace. So we actually could have made it longer, or we could have taken a different route and had a lot of ups and downs. So we went with the kind of a more of a west-east type of line. And once we got back to the eastern portion of that line, it was very, very similar habitat for quite a long time. And the models was really looking very similar. So I thought, well, we didn't have very many samples. We wanted to collect more samples, and it really wasn't.
And then zoom in
We
on
were
that.
basically saying the same again. Yes, thank you.
Okay, zoom out.
So we huddled together with Guy, who's our habitat geologist, Sage Tezak, our GIS specialist, to come up with a close enough route in a different habitat. So that's why we picked this.
Yeah, well, it's definitely different than what we were seeing earlier on our watch, earlier
Yeah.
today. Oh, there's something on that rock. Yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
There's another sponge of that same type we collected.
It looks like it's the same kind of sponge.
Interesting.
We got a coral. We got another coral.
Well, definitely a lot of current.
Very
running through
sparkly.
here. Amanda
Yes,
agrees that
Amanda.
it looks like the same. Mm-hmm.
Okay, zoom out.
This one looks like it has a little iridescence to it. A little sparkly.
So Amanda is being kind enough to split her attention between prepping for teaching tomorrow and helping us on Science Chat. Thank you, Amanda.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
We can definitely, see that the fish, some of the invertebrates are clustered
Zoom
around
in now.
these rocky areas
Nice tunicate
as
there.
opposed to the flatter areas. Oh, look at that tunicate.
Yeah, nice tunicate.
The shiny white, there we go, balloon looking animal
It looks
there.
like a little glass jar with two holes in it.
Zoom in.
So very reflective.
Ooh, nice capture.
Oh, it's polished.
Polished.
It does. It really does look like it's made of glass, doesn't it?
Christmas tree ornament.
And surrounded by some tube worms. A tiny little sponge off to the upper left. She says, Amanda says, cool tunicate. I have no
Alright,
idea
stable
who
now.
that is.
You wanna zoom back in? I'm stable.
And the ship's holding position.
It looks so delicate. I would hate to, I think we would squish it beyond recognition.
Yeah,
Is there one of
you
those
can see all the
nudibranchs
other.
with red serrata below the squat lobster to the left of you said it, attached cucumbers?
You got
Yeah.
full zoom there, Al?
Wow.
It's into my lens.
Good eye, Samantha.
Can't zoom in though. And what about the top right corner? The round, is that a sponge?
It looks like a little sponge to me. Oh,
You're kind of far away. Are we stopped?
We're stopped, so we can look around if we want here.
All right. So you saw enough here?
Yeah,
Zoom out.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jen, you good?
But it's but it's so fun when we get a chance to look more closely at these rocks that look like they're just covered in, kind of mud or whatever you see. It's tons of different invertebrates.
Yeah. Amanda was thinking maybe when I first looked at it, I thought it was brachiopod. Then I saw some round sponges over
this one
on the
yellow?
other side of it.
Are you looking to the right of the
Let's take a
coral?
look.
I mean, left of the coral?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Want to zoom in now?
What is
Got
that?
a lot of silt on it.
Oh yeah, that looks like a little Anthomastus / Heteropolypus. The red sphere there? Is that what everyone's talking about?
No, the white. I'm looking at the white
The lumps.
blob
Looks like it's
over
got
the
a
crab.
it's got a mouth on the end of it.
Yeah, that's a soulless holothurian. It's just closed up.
Oh.
So you see those
Yeah.
branching trees.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's big. Isn't this?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought they were smaller than that.
I've sampled more of those than I care to admit. thinking they were sponges or corals.
Late night confessions with Science Steve.
No,
Or Data Steve.
All right, zoom out.
not on this ship. Different cruises, but
It's okay. We won't tell.
they're cool critters. But yeah, they imitate corals too well sometimes.
All right, we gotta zip ahead.
yeah,
here.
they do.
Bridge nav.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I definitely think I have seen some brachiopods in this area earlier, but more in the. I thought I saw some on the mud. There we have some more Dover sole. I don't know if y'all took in some of the video earlier today, but there was a
Oh, there's a coral.
section of a
9
transect
o'clock.
that was just.
If we can stop or not.
Do we want to stop longer than a quick zoom?
Yeah. Quick zoom. It's just out of the frame at 9 o'clock. There you go.
Wait.
Oh, is it a
It's just a
that
bunch of
Brisingid?
Brisingid, right?
brittle star? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a bunch of Brisinghids. They're gorgeous.
Sorry, Brisingid
It looks
stars.
so
You're beautiful.
They are.
It looks so red.
Are you
that
sure
one
you're
on the
not a
right.
coral biologist, Bob?
I certainly stared
Okay,
a lot
I am
of
a
them.
seabird entomologist.
Well,
Brisingid.
I think there is a coral in the foreground of the central Brisingid, just
All right, zoom
so
in.
that
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
we can.
There you go.
That's what you meant, right, Jan?
Yeah,
What do you
that's
mean?
it.
There's a small. Yeah,
Or is that a
Swifty
sponge?
eye.
I think that might be a sponge, actually.
Yeah, we've
There
got
is
some-
something,
Oh,
if you zoom out.
So there's
Oh,
a
that
Swifty
one.
there, and then there's yeah.
Rock
Mm.
pin. Is that it?
Where?
Upper left. Upper left.
Bridge nav.
No, that's an anemone.
Oh,
is it?
it's
Oh,
an
darn.
anemone.
Still, it's
I
still
did
weird.
that
It's a
like
weird angle.
again last night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
anemone.
So just on the
Again,
just
no
on the other
offense,
side of a
anemone.
rock.
You're cool
Sorry.
too.
So much drama tonight.
Okay.
Whew.
We have
Steve is
we have
just
to
gonna
bring the
bring
excitement to 8 to
disappointment on
12.
these last 2 IDs.
Yeah. Sadly, you know what? I've looked at more seafloor and weird angles of things in my life that I'm usually the one who has to bring us back to reality. So it's not my
So we
fault.
ride
It's
the
just-
wave
it's
of
my-
excitement up.
It's my weird superpower.
That's okay. Makes it exciting. Looks like
Reality
we've got a
is
coral
fine.
down.
I didn't do it.
I knocked over a coral.
I didn't do it.
No.
You didn't even get close.
No.
Looks
Right,
like there's some
wanna
sponge
zoom
at the
in?
end of that rock.
Zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
And that
That's
massive
kinda-
thorny head there.
Kind of different.
Ooh,
Interesting.
that is different.
I think we have a couple things here. We have a farreid in the
Yeah.
background.
Uh-huh.
What's in the
What
foreground?
about the foreground?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a stoloniferous octocoral, but we can zoom to confirm.
You got more zoom there, Al?
Or a zoanthid. So it looks like there's a couple things here. So we've got, yeah, I'm inclined to say that this is all
Zoanthids.
stoloniferous octocoral. So you can see the ones with the polyps open in the lower left and kind of middle. And then in the back, you've got a cluster of, again, stoloniferous octocorals with the polyps completely closed.
Hmm.
So
a nice
I think these would
comparison.
be in the Clavulariidae family. They're really understudied, mostly because, again, people overlook them. They're not really structure forming, but they'll encrust on other corals, for example, or any exposed hard bottom. But yeah, they're pretty neat. Any more zoom on that, or can we get closer?
That's all I got.
Zoom out.
Zoom it out.
If you want.
Yep.
Ship's stopped.
And then we have some swiftias over left side of that rock, correct? The orange polyps just coming into frame. 10 o'clock.
Did you say Swiftia?
I think so, isn't it?
Oh, you know, the first part of what you said cut out. So I was just checking.
What's on the back side of the rock there? The orange stuff. Orange coral.
Yeah, that's what I think is a swiftia. There's two of them with the orange polyps. We have sampled those.
Our first watch, we got one of those.
I think so.
Knock it off.
The thorny head just doesn't mind us at all.
Kind of side into the current here. Hey, you want to zoom in now?
Still don't understand what I'm zooming on. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Wow.
All right,
Yeah.
I got some
I
good
don't think I've ever
in focus
noticed
images.
Okay.
a encrusting coral.
We good on here?
Yes.
Zoom out.
Amanda's pointing out there's several carnivorous sponges on this rock too.
Wanna zoom in
Oh,
on those
yes.
guys?
We have, yeah. We have, Amanda, we have several of the branch carnivorous sponges and the single stalk carnivorous sponges.
These seem to be the ones that look like pipe cleaners to me.
Overgrown coral there. Tiny little beginning of one.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
Oh, very
that's an
pretty.
impressive polyp density for Swiftia.
So we good?
Oh,
Good capture.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Zoom out.
You can see there's a little sponge holding on there in the current, like, whoa!
Any other rocks you want to check out here or continue on?
I can continue on.
Let me get out in front before you
Okay.
do your thing.
Okay.
Roger.
She keeps bouncing in front of me like I can't keep up.
Just so excited to get to that end waypoint.
I know. What will be there? Looks like we've got a bit of current too that you're fighting against.
We
Passing
don't care
over
about
a
this
sponge.
sponge, right? Zoom
No,
in. What about that one
Zoom
in
in
the
a
back
little,
there?
maybe?
no, I think both of them are the ones that we've been seeing in this
Okay.
area.
What's going on with that
Okay, so
cluster of
that's
Brazingas?
Zoom out.
Freya.
Oh, there is a
Oh.
small worm or something.
It's not a Hall 3. And
Or a piece of
No.
plastic.
zoom in.
Yeah, this one looks like a sipunculin, maybe.
Oh.
Oh,
Occasionally you see these things on the surface. I don't think, that's not a sea cucumber. I think it's a sipunculin.
really?
How do you spell that?
I'll put it in the chat.
There's something.
It looks like
Middle
a
of it.
hot
My,
dog, Amanda
my-
says.
My data logging text is not coming through. I've got a very sad face. Now up ahead is a
not-
nice cluster.
It's not,
Okay, zoom
it's
out.
not moving at all. Are you sure that's alive and not, like, maybe it is like man-made
Yeah,
plastic or something?
it's definitely something living.
You think
What
so?
about
It
this?
just didn't
This
seem
one
like it
up
was
here.
moving.
Yeah, this will make a nice photo too. Just the
Pile of
All the
Brazingid.
Brazingid?
kind. Yeah. Especially if you could get the underhanging.
I don't know. It
Sponge
might
that's
be out
back
of the
there.
light though. Yeah, it's
It
gonna
might
be in
be.
the shadows. Want to zoom in now?
If you want more, let me know.
Okay, I can try and get more under it, but we don't have a light that's gonna shine under there, I think.
No, I think that's that
Okay.
sponge we've been seeing
Okay.
that we sampled a
Yeah.
while ago.
Can I go in all the way to see about?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be make a really nice photo too, but can't get the light on it.
Oh, it's all right.
All right. You want to come back out and I'll pan over to the right a little? Turn off the light. All right. You want to zoom in on that?
And I was wondering if that worm is a acanthocephalin.
Yeah, there's a couple things it could be. So it could be a sipunculid, apelacophorin, acanthocephalin. Yeah, no way to really tell unless you probably get a close up of it or collect it.
All right. I guess zoom out.
There's all this space
Yeah, the
around
only
them with nothing, you know,
acanthocephalins
but
I know. Go ahead, Jen.
oh, I was just noticing that all the Brazingis are in that one little cluster. They could have spread
Uh-huh.
out, but for some reason that's the place to be.
Yeah.
And they're not wearing masks at all.
I've noticed the lack of social distancing for sure out there.
All right, Sam. You can.
Roger.
Going.
Yeah, I was going to say the only acanthocephalins I know are the parasitic intestinal worms in seabirds and marine mammals.
Mm.
Another Brazingid pile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they must find just the right amount of current in
sponge.
certain areas. Is that a
That-
yellow sponge?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Zoom in.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. So, Gianna, you were saying you would be interested in a sponge for a 3D, but that's probably not big enough.
I don't think that's big enough. No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's very nice looking. It's got some critters living inside. Poking their heads out.
Amanda says, beautiful. I have no idea what that is.
Okay. Put them out.
Amanda, should we collect it for you?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd ID that
Yeah.
for you.
Bridge nav?
So Henry used to tell me to make certain that you collect the lips, the opening.
Okay.
Some of the lip and down to get a few of the fingers of it would be great. Okay.
Where's this gonna go?
Really fragile, and it's going to float a little bit.
So we don't need the whole thing here, so maybe we can just do a snip and slurp.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Jar 2, 3, or 4.
Amanda, will Slurp destroy it, or?
We could.
Preferably
We don't
not
have to run
crushed.
full tilt on the slurp either. So we could be more gentle.
We have
Yeah.
space in the box, so we have options.
Which box?
Starboard box,
So-
C and D.
Is that where she said if the
We have a
slurp could
really
work
stiff
as long as we
current,
can
so
get
it's gonna
chunks?
be, if it's floaty at all, then that would be quite a challenge to go starboard box. And of course,
Okay.
I'm right side into the current.
So, as a suggestion, I have sampled kind of really delicate sponges by putting the slurp right on the lip and getting one of those kind of little loop, and then doing that a couple of different times down into it. So I think the mouth of the slurp kind of uses it to be kind of like a cookie cutter.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
zoom out.
Can we get a shot with the lasers? Did you, There we go.
Shall I push in for that?
Yeah, anyway, we can get a few pictures on the back side of it also before we collect it.
Yep.
Okay. Because it's just, I don't know which way is up on this one. It looks like it has like 2 or 3 mouths.
We good?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to zoom in now?
Wow, this is an odd shape.
I mean, it looks to me like it's folded up like a taco or something. Just that it would normally be flatter, I think, but it's...
Thanks, Steve. Now I'm hungry.
Is there a taco sponge or only a quesadilla sponge?
No, yeah, it's pretty subjective.
I say this is more like a sope too. I don't know if you've ever had one.
Say what?
It could be kind of more like, I don't know, like a sope, where it's like a really thick corn tortilla base, and then you pile all the toppings on.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Sponge
like a little
and
corn,
food 101.
A tiny little corn plate.
There we go.
My aunt used to make those.
Okay.
Yep, same. Okay. Well, now we're hungry. but also sampling.
Sit. Sit.
And so do we think these were little
Can you zoom out? Zoom
I'm
out.
zooming out while you train the vehicle.
spongers or brachiopods there?
I
This is a
think
bad
they look
angle
like
again. Now I'm
brachiopods to me.
other side into the wind.
Yeah.
Can you point yourself at it a little bit and then have the arm right there?
I just need to come around some more. I don't like that angle. So we can have the... Are we okay with this side of it?
Oh, wait. What do you call a sponge that isn't yours? Nacho sponge.
No.
Oh, no.
That's from Amanda, not me.
Can we zoom in
I
again
had
now?
to read it a couple of times in order to get the nacho sponge. Nacho
Despite
sponge.
Amanda's nacho sponge joke, I will zoom in.
So we're not on the mouthy end of this thing, right? The opening, what did you call that?
Let's go with opening.
Sope? Yeah.
See those little associated shrimp with it. That's, yeah, if you could zoom in on those, zoom all the way in again and refocus and take about
Ooh.
15 seconds of video just so we can see those tiny little shrimp poking in and out of the holes. That's great. Thank you.
So can we get at it from this side? Are we okay with this? Yeah?
Yeah, if you're okay with it.
Well, you were saying you wanted a piece of the lip, though. So
Yeah,
know if we can
so
get-
that shrimp on the right is right on one of the lips.
okay.
There's also another lip kind of right on top.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's another kind of a lip that's
So it does look like
just
there's
to the left of
that
that
whole
little shrimp.
top section's lip-like, right?
That's what I'm calling a lip.
The edge
Okay.
of the taco.
All right. Yeah, the crispy edge of the taco.
Dinner wasn't too long ago.
Do we want the sample salvo?
No.
How do we get
I just, can you zoom out, Ed? Al? Sorry.
It's the second time. No, it's okay. It's all right.
Can't help it.
It's a good man, I'll take it.
You got the porch light on?
Yeah, it's on.
It's pretty shadowy over there.
So Amanda's saying a few things are interesting from this view. The many holes visible there were thought by Henry Weisweg to possibly be vents for sediments to fall through, so the atrium of the sponge
Do you
wouldn't
know
get fouled
which
over
slurp
time.
jar we're on?
Which slurp
Interesting.
jar are we doing?
2, 3, 4. Anyone?
How do I pull up the camera without doing the whole sample salvo?
Well, you just, oh, you mean to bring it up on, you can ask video. Al can.
Uh-oh.
What
What am I doing?
Can you pull up the sample jars on one of the top screens there?
One of the small top screens on
Yeah.
ROV 4, bottom right. Big.
Any
Bottom.
of them?
Well, you can switch the camera over to sample jar.
Oh,
That's bucket, but I thought you were talking about putting it on the
Sorry.
big screen.
no. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but video can put it on the big screen if you wanted, but.
No, it's fine. Which one is this? Looks empty.
5, I think. There's 4 is the next one over there. Yeah, that's 6, so you don't want that one. There's 5. Is it?
That doesn't look
You
good.
might have just not indexed it quite right. If you go too slow, that's, oh, right.
That's 3.
What were we going to do with 3, 4, 5? What's the numbers?
2, 3, or 4.
Oh. So you got to kind of make it so that it stops in a clean index spot, like you're like in between there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of snaps in. So there, that's good. All right, we're on 3.
Bucket 3.
Okay, Al, you want to zoom in? Okay, I'm ready.
How much suction do we want?
Enough?
I would try very little at first.
How much you got?
We're on 40 now.
Well, it's good coming off in chunks. That's good.
How much you got now? Huh. Okay, zoom out, Al.
I wish that would reach the bio box.
Is it, would it be bad to put it in the forward
Well,
right?
I just sucked it up. So.
Never mind.
Well, no,
Yep,
not
you
sure.
just
What if
sucked
I
it up. It's fine.
It or part of
What's it look
cut
like?
out?
Still at 50%. I'm seeing chunks of it in number 3 now.
Yeah.
You lost one chunk.
There's something in there.
Yeah, you want to go for more, or is that enough? You want to kill a suction and see what we got?
Yeah, I just did.
Amanda, if you could look on the quad or on channel 3.
Can you give him a look at the jar there, Al?
Are you kidding?
Remote?
I'm way ahead of you.
Oh, all right. I knew that.
She's checking. If this is not enough, what if we were to try
Yes,
that
that's enough.
again? And she says it's enough?
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. All
Cool.
right.
Okay.
And from this angle, you can barely tell. You know, it's like when you get a bad haircut. It's not too.
Yeah.
You know, but you turn your head, you know, properly. Or you put on a hat. No one will know.
Oh, good, about the sponge remaining. I thought you meant the pieces that were slurped up. I was like, that's
More than a bad haircut.
really rough.
That's a really bad haircut.
And no, I meant the remaining sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a snip.
Okay.
So Jan, looks like Guy's calling it a night. Thanks, Guy.
Oh, I thought he signed up a while ago. Thanks, Guy.
All right, heading 066. Bridge nav. Two 0 meters, 066.
I love that this right now. This sponge is officially the yellow sponge taco. I like that.
You want to zoom in on that, Al?
What number was that? Was that
What's this one?
026?
026, yeah.
What's this guy?
Oh, is that?
Oh, was that one of the?
Is that a mushroom
that
coral?
looks like a. mushroom coral all closed up.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
coral formerly known as Inthamastus.
Still with the ball.
Is that all the zoom you got? He is lovely.
No, not
Ooh.
Lovely.
Hello.
All right, zoom out.
They're intriguing.
I always thought that the creature from the movie Tremors looked exactly like these.
I don't know. The more I see them, I think they're actually kind of cute.
What?
Kind of a special appeal.
Alrighty.
I mean,
They have a
how
certain,
hard was it
they
to
have a
be
certain appeal.
so reviled by so many people?
You got a dog.
There's something that about that kind of shape and look of things that just some people find repulsive. One of my children has pet rats, and a lot of people think they're cute except for the tail. It's
Yeah.
like, if it weren't for the tail, I would think I would like them. You know, which is why hamsters are more popular, I think, for that reason.
Interesting.
Because, yeah, it's almost everyone who says either it's the beady eyes, and then it's like they don't like any rodents, or it's the tail, and they just like, I can't do the tail.
And so hagfish
So
are all
I'm thinking
tail,
it might
and that's
key
the
into
problem.
that. Yeah, they're all tail. That's right.
And no jaw, and they don't really have a recognizable face. Okay, I mean, there's some issues. But they're just so slimy and cool.
Well, and Amanda has just offered another cool fact about hagfish. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Not sure.
Yes.
Did you know hagfish can absorb nutrients through their skin? That's why they burrow into the bodies of the dead things while scavenging.
Wow.
Delightful.
See, just adding to their appeal, right?
Sure
Yeah.
are. Love a good scavenger.
Well, I know some folks that, when we found that whale last year, they were surprised
Yeah,
to not see
Sovies.
hagfish.
Oh, there wasn't
Yeah.
any? There was no
Well, it was too
hagfish
deep.
there?
It was
Oh.
weird, yeah.
It was too deep for them.
Yeah, how deep do they go?
Not
Oh,
that
I
deep.
looked it up at the time.
Fridging.
Sam.
I'll get back to you. I'll do a little sussing around online and get back to you on that. I looked it up before. Oh,
Can you zoom in
Did I
out?
lose everybody? Okay, good.
It's just a fish.
Incredibly patterned juvenile fish.
Zoom out.
That's the Dover sole, right? Juvenile?
no, that's
It's a deep
that's
sea
the
sole.
deep sea sole.
Deep sea sole.
And
Okay.
it's not just a fish. It's gorgeous.
Especially compared to the hagfish.
That's the one that's brown on the underside.
Oh,
That's right.
Yep. Oof, gloves have been
And
thrown.
light blue. I can't let that go, an insult to the flatfish. Can't let it slide.
Bob's making enemies tonight, calling
Hey.
out Ed, calling the fish just a fish.
Did you say make anemones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Way to make anemones. Oh, yeah.
It's pun night.
How long have you been here?
Funny.
Wow, look at that thorny head and the
Wow.
Dover sole. Wow, the heads on those thorny heads are just massive. I've never seen the otoliths, the ear stones, but I wonder, either they're going to have large ones or they're going to be really troublesome to find.
And is
Maybe
this
it's
Zoom
This
in
was
out.
not the species that Erica worked on. I'm sure she's worked on the species, but
Wow.
is this a short spine?
Well, so I'm not seeing that the third spine is particularly longer than the rest, and I remember Tom Leidig saying that the short
Can we get
spine
lasers
gets
on
much
that?
larger. than the long spine, so I'm gonna
Yes.
say yeah, short spine.
Nice. Okay.
You got them right on the fish?
Sure. Got it.
Just try not to hit it in the eye. Very nice. Ooh.
Dover sole. There we go. So I was mentioning earlier,
Jen, were you-
Okay, zoom
Got it.
out.
on the 12 to 4 watch, they came across fields of Dover sole. They were thinking might be the beginning of a spawning aggregation.
There's a long spine in the background moving around. The one in front, I can't tell.
Okay, a couple different sites. I'm looking at Pacific hagfish, and looks like it's somewhere between 650 and 750 meters is where they're
Behind the
saying
times
they're
again.
lower depths.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Oh yeah, that's about right. So given that we found that
zoom in
whale
now.
at over 3,000 meters, we were very far outside the range of the hagfish.
It's not very nice. All right, zoom out.
A very sad looking sponge.
So what's the shape of the gray sponge? Is it
Kind of round.
like baseball kind of round
Like a-
or base kind of
No,
round?
more oblong.
Oblong?
Like a
Yeah.
potato. Potato shaped.
Yeah,
So-
I've heard several of the invert biologists referring to them as moon sponges or potato sponges. I know we have several species up at Rittenberg Bank, and we'll possibly go back there to finish the characterization next year, hopefully, after COVID is somewhat under control.
So Jan, this feature that we're serving, would you consider this inside of Pioneer Canyon still, or is this a kind of outside the submarine canyon?
I was considering, that's how Guy and I, when we were initially discussing about where to go next, I was considering this to be outside of the canyon and just another kind of like river of another arm or something. And I was like, oh no, this is part of the canyon. So,
Okay.
according to the geologists,
I think we just
it's
passed
part of
over
the
an
canyon
interesting
system.
sponge. Okay. I think there was a little yellow potato shaped.
We can go
sponge
back.
a little bit.
Or can we go back?
Oh,
Is it worth going back for, Amanda?
Bridge nav. Hold position.
where was
Yes,
that?
if even just for a zoom. I'll let you know when I see it.
It's right over here. Right over here. That thing right
Oh
there?
my. Well, I think it's right below the
just
porch.
Oh,
Well, that maybe there's a few of them.
Zoom in now?
That was a telestrator error.
Uh-oh.
Do you want
Oh,
me to put you
look
on the
at
straight line
that
line?
No, 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 no. I was
tiny. There's a tiny mushroom
disregard.
coral next to it as well.
So this isn't the one I originally saw, but maybe we'll see from Amanda if this is
Yeah, I
similar.
thought there was a larger
That-
one.
Wanna zoom out, Al?
Just
There's another one to the right there. Right.
This is what I love about sponges right now. Is she's saying that this one that we're looking at right now is right now called Porifera species 5 at Mbari. But right behind, if you can go even back just a smidge more, right below where the porch was, there was one other sponge.
yeah, it was a bit larger.
A little bit larger than these two.
I think it's going to be over to the right just a little bit. I'm trying to.
Right here.
There we
There it
go.
is, there
You
it
see
is. Yeah.
All right, I'll zoom in.
Yeah, they'll zoom as soon as they can. They're fighting a really strong current right now.
I wonder if this is the same, just a bigger one of those.
I don't know.
Seems to have a depression, right? Sediment sitting.
This one, yeah, this one seems. Is it McKelly? Michaeli?
Is that the part of the name?
My Cali.
MYCALE.
Oh. Line 16 in the spreadsheet
Let me see.
is a Mycali.
Yeah, I think Amanda wants to collect it.
Okay.
Or collect a
She's saying
piece. A
piece, but I don't know how big that is.
It's very small.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can you zoom out a little bit? Wait, not that far. Zoom in. So it's like 10 centimeters or whatever. Just about exactly.
The whole thing is fine, too. Just means a lot of fixative. So you take the whole thing.
Where's this gonna
So,
go?
I think
Steve,
it should.
is there enough fixative?
It's gonna hang
I
together?
think we'll be fine
It
with
should be.
with alcohol, ethanol for this.
Okay.
We'll just try and get as much seawater out as possible. So we can go in starboard C and D, or slurp. I don't know if it's big enough to slurp or small enough.
Well, it's 10 centimeters. It's like a little bit big for the slurp to get as a whole.
Maybe C and D, starboard box. Nothing in there is floating out, so I think we're good.
And this isn't gonna float?
This shouldn't float. I mean, if we get it, maybe with a bit of sediment, right? A bit of chunk of whatever it's on.
Okay. Zoom out. I didn't call you Ed that time. I'm usually on watch with Ed.
Yeah, I noticed you guys spend a lot of time here on watch.
So Amanda thinks that it will be soft and spongy and should be resilient to some squeezing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she says that she thinks it can handle a little squeezing,
Okay.
but maybe
Alright.
not, you know.
Zoom in, not smashing.
Yes. Like like
Some
squeeze the
squeezing.
Charmin, but don't smash the Charmin.
Don't smash the sharp.
Did you get that, Mr. Whipple?
I got it.
I'm sorry, before you collect,
Yeah.
did we get close-ups of the...
I think we got
We
good
got a
shots.
lot. Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we got. Hours of footage of this. All right, more zoomage. Well, whatever it's on is not coming with.
Hi.
Apparently.
Squat lobster underneath there.
Oh yeah, definitely spongy. Look at that.
Might have to scrape it off the rock with an open claw. And then grab it.
I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see what you
Get off of there.
There we go.
There we go.
I'll push in just a little bit.
Jackpot.
Oh, Amanda said jackpot.
No. Not quite mission accomplished until it's actually in the box.
Right.
You're still squeezing.
Yeah, it doesn't work like
You can't stop it.
it's at grip force 2. That's as low as I can get it. It's pretty squishy. I mean, it is a hydraulic manipulator, and that's a little sponge, so. Just remind everybody.
Yeah, where's those squishy fingers?
Oh yeah, they were on the porch on the first cruise.
They're in the front.
Ready
Oh, they
for
are.
sample tryout.
I thought they were on the front.
They were on dive 1. I don't recall seeing them on this dive.
Yeah, so C and D is best if you can do that.
Yeah.
Well, that crab loves where that that sponge was apparently.
Oh, look at that.
Maybe the sponge
Did
was
not-
his buddy or her buddy, and he's mourning the loss.
All right, it's just a sponge. I mean, I don't want to get dramatic, but it's probably more of a
And that's a
food
crab.
thing.
But
Yeah.
he keeps touching
Yeah.
that spot.
Okay, it's
He-
in
it-
D.
Amanda says,
It's in D,
Touching that
got it.
spot.
Amanda agrees with Steve. The
Oh,
crab is eating the sponge bits.
cruel world.
Yeah, the crab did not waste time.
The crab is eating the sponge bits.
All right, I'm zooming in
Mhm.
just so watch.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's take a look there.
Not
So
really want to eat.
maybe the
Or the
inverts
little
in the
worms.
sediment.
Got a broken claw.
Ah.
Now that they don't have that habitat, right?
Yeah. The crab is missing one of its fins.